Hello, amazing people. My name is Renita Brandon, and I'm so fired up to share this LifeWave patch with you today. Make sure you talk to the person who invited you on this video because they obviously loved you and cared about you enough to share something that has been absolutely life-changing for them, I'm sure. So we want to show you LifeWave. It is an incredible technology. The company's been around for nearly 20 years, but this X39 patch has changed the game in regenerative medicine. So it really helps the body to regenerate and become more youthful. Actually, it resets up to 1/3 of our human genome. So I want to show you a little bit about how I got started with LifeWave. My husband and I, Scott, have been part of this opportunity for the last year. It's been absolutely remarkable. The miracles that we get to see every single day. We wake up to a miracle inbox. It started right here. You're looking at the picture. This was my dad's legs. And I actually didn't start the patch with my father. I started with my mother. A friend of mine who was a nurse out of Canada sent me these patches, and she said, Renita, use these patches on your mom. I know she was diagnosed with Parkinson's about 5.5 years ago. She said it really helped my neighbor lady who had Parkinson's. She said it was almost miraculous for her. So she sent us the patches, and that was really all the information I had. I trusted this woman. After all, she'd been a nurse for 30 years and was kind of a wise old owl in the nursing realm up there in Canada. And so sent the patches over. I gave them to my mom. I said, you're supposed to start wearing them. I think you wear them on your neck, but I think you can wear them anywhere. I really didn't even understand it all. My mom started the patch, and it was the 11th day. My husband and I walked into my parents' house. And my mom, it was 8:30 in the morning, and my mom was walking without her walker. Now, if you know him with Parkinson's, the morning hours are pretty tough for people. Like my mom generally uses using that walker until at least 11 a.m., until her dopamine kind of kicks in. And here it was 8:30 in the morning. And she just was bebopping around the house with her cute polka dot pajamas. And she said, Nita, do you want me to make you some eggs? And I literally stopped in my tracks and I said, Mom, where is the walker? And she said, it's in the bedroom. I said, what do you mean in the bedroom? Like you've needed the walker for like every day for the last almost 3 years. And she said, well, I didn't need it today. And she said, do you want me to make you some eggs? And I'm like, yeah. And so I'm sitting at the kitchen table, and my dad had been dealing with these legs, as you see over here on the left, for about 6 consecutive months. It was awful. We had been to 12 different doctors, everything from dermatologists to heart doctors, to chiropractors and everything in between, really to no avail. I mean, my dad's legs were getting worse. And as you can see, terrible edema, terrible oozing and goozing. I mean, he couldn't sleep. They itched and throbbed terribly. They were heavy. He couldn't walk. And so I said to my dad that morning at the table, I said, Dad, hey, where are those patches that Mom's using? He said, I think they're in her bathroom. And I said, let's put one on your leg. Let's put one on you. And he said, well, I thought the patch was for Parkinson's. I said, I don't know what this patch is for, but if it did that to Mom, I think it might help your legs. It's worth a shot. And so Dad said, okay, yeah, let's do it. So we put the patch on my dad, you guys, and my dad was actually a 1-patch miracle. So this is his legs 24 hours later. Obviously, he's not still winning a sexy legs contest on the second picture, but I tell you what, relief. This man had not slept for nearly 6 months because of these legs, and he had slept through the night. All the edema was gone. Literally, when I opened the front door the next morning, when I went to their house, his chicken legs were back. And in that moment, I knew we had our hands on something special, because I realized, my goodness, it helped my 77-year-old mother to be able to walk without her walker. And she's lively and energetic at 8:30 in the morning. And it helped my dad's legs in 1 patch. Now, I want to tell you, the patch doesn't treat, cure, or prevent disease. Everybody's experience is their own experience. I'm just sharing with you our family's experience because it's been tremendous. Here's what I do know. God designed our bodies to heal. And the patch, all it does is it actually helps to restore some of those healing, just those healing energetic light. We literally are beams of light. Do you guys know that we're made of light? We're made of heat. We're made of energy. And it just helps to remove some of those energetic blocks that are holding back healing, essentially. So I'll show you some science on that in a second. But this was my dad's legs then 5 weeks later. Definitely incredible results. He was able to get off of all 3 of his blood pressure medications. So he was actually using the X39 for month 1. We added the X49 on week 5, and Dad was completely off of 3 of those blood pressure medications. Again, Everyone's individual results are going to vary. So that was my father. That was what happened with dad. Have you been patched yet is the question of the hour, because the patch changed our life. I mean, it elevated my parents' life. It activated stem cells in their bodies that they didn't even know they could do that, right? I'll show you how that happens in a second. And we really regenerate. Regenerate is such a powerful word, because in medicine right now, there's going to be the old kind of outdated version that we've kind of been witnessing for the last 50 years. And there's then now going to be regenerative medicine. And regenerative medicine is your body actually being able to repair and regenerate itself. So that is what the patch really does. We wear this patch 12 hours on and we take it off for 12 hours. So a lot of people like to start by wearing the patch during the daytime hours and take it off at night when you go to bed. My only advice nutritionally is drink plenty of water, especially electrolytes. So coconut water, avocado, melons are great. Watermelon's wonderful. You want plenty of electrolytes, because when you begin to heal, when your mitochondria begin to rev up and start rejuvenating and repairing the body, you're going to need extra electrolytes. All right. So grab a little pinch of Himalayan sea salt or Celtic salt and put it on that avocado, and make sure that you're either eating or drinking your electrolytes every single day, because that will help the patch to work faster. You can put it anywhere, although on a lot of the pictures, you'll see it up there on C7 on the neck or under the belly button there. That's the small intestine in Chinese medicine. Both of those places will work, but honestly, you can put it wherever you want. If you have pain in a certain area, you can totally put the patch right there. It is systemic, so it will move to the greatest area of need in your body, okay? Very cool. So I'm not sure if you know a lot about stem cells, but we had considered taking my mom down to Tijuana for stem cell injections. That was $20,000 they wanted down there. And they said only 50% of the time it works. So you might have to come back more than once. Well, that was in the middle of the pandemic. My mom really didn't want to go to Tijuana. Seemed a little scary for her. But the biggest problem for me is what's in the needle, right? That's always my problem, like what's in the needle. And so I didn't know if they were injecting someone else's stem cells or aborted baby fetuses, how we hear. So what we opted not to go to Tijuana, by the way. 20,000, it was just too risky. But what happened is the good Lord provided, and 1 month later, Doris sent us those patches from Canada that changed the course of our lives. That day changed the course of our lives when we started putting those stem cells on patches on mom, because what the stem cells do in the human body is they are, the number one indicator of wellness. So you want to know how well you are? Let's check how many stem cells you have. Okay, that's the number one indicator of wellness. I pray for a time in medicine where you go to the doctor and they measure your stem cells and they say, well, you're getting a little low. We better increase those to increase your healing capacity, right? But stem cells have the incredible potential to develop into any other kind of cell needed. So a stem cell can become an eye cell, a liver cell, a heart cell. And when your own body is creating its own stem cells, those stem cells know exactly where to go and repair. How cool is that? So as you saw during the pandemic, a lot of elderly passed away. In fact, maybe you know elderly people and they don't get better very fast. And they don't generally want to do surgery on elderly people because a lot of times the healing doesn't happen. Do you guys know that's because they lack stem cells? When we are out of stem cells, we are out, like we're off the planet. So a teenager has a billion of these things, right? But by age 30, that number has a 60% reduction. By the way, I think 30 is like super young. I was talking to my 23-year-old son the other day and he said, Mom, if a 30-year-old has a 60% reduction, he said, I'm 23. I probably have a 50% reduction. I'm like, exactly. This is why we wear the patch, right? By age 50, if any of you are watching age 50, a 75% reduction of those stem cells. By age 60, a 90% reduction. And by age 80, you got a 95% reduction. This is why I think we saw such a miracle with my dad's legs. My dad was a one-patch miracle, 80 years old. The poor guy probably had 2 circulating stem cells in his whole system trying to find each other. As soon as we put that patch on, the body said, oh, I'm supposed to create stem cells and go to the weakest link in the body, which was apparently my dad's legs, right? So all ages need this patch. The patch is incredible for all mammals. So if you have dogs, horses, cats, it's incredible for them as well. Literally everybody and their dog needs to increase and improve their stem cell activity. So these are some things that we see: rapid pain relief, reduced inflammation, Mental clarity goes through the roof. People say that brain fog just lifts, supports wound healing, energy and vitality, faster recovery from exercise. So we have a lot of athletes, Division I athletes like my son on these patches. He runs 16 miles a day, loves the muscle recovery. He put up the fastest times ever in his college career the last semester when he was wearing the patches. Didn't have to visit the training room for any injury the entire track season. So we really believe that these patches are for all ages, all makes and models. Everybody can improve their stem cell activity. So how does this thing work? The stem cell patch, or the X39, actually activates a copper peptide in our body called GHK-Cu. You can Google that peptide. It's an incredible peptide. If you go right now to Google and type in GHK-Cu, you'll learn a ton about how they call this peptide the fountain of youth, or the holy grail of anti-aging. The patch itself is made of 6 organic ingredients that form nanocrystals. So we're talking water, salt, sugar, amino acids, oxygen, all natural ingredients. The best news is nothing transfers from the patch to your skin. So there is no transdermal anything, nothing leaches from the patch, no medicine, no herbs. There's nothing leaching from the patch to the skin. All the patch does is with those nanocrystals, it forms just a little matrix type pattern. And what happens is your own body heat, your own body light hits those organic nanocrystals, and then back into the body, it reflects different frequencies of light that activate different peptides. The GHK-Cu peptide activates our own stem cells. It's been shown to reset and repair up to 4,000 to 6,000 of our own genes. So I love it. It literally resets our genes to a younger, healthier state. So very cool. This is an incredible study they did with a 77-year-old woman. They had the X39 patch placed on the back of her neck. The more red you see, the more inflammation is going on in her brain. So this is an image of brain coherence, where you want all the areas of the brain communicating. Session 1, this woman did not have good brain coherence, and you want more blue in all the areas of the brain, because that means less inflammation, and that means better memory, better mood, better attitude, right? Better cognition, all of those things, better sleep. And so as you can see, this is just in a couple short weeks of wearing the X39 patch. It does incredible things for brain coherence. And I'm going to tell you, we saw that with our 23-year-old son as well. So it's not just a 77-year-old thing. All of us, look around. I feel like the world needs better brain coherence. We have major proving results, you guys. Again, red means inflamed. You want less red. I mean, many of these pictures that you're seeing here were literally in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes of putting the patch on, incredible how it actually got rid of this person's pain, right? So we love the X39 patch. We also love the LifeWave patch for acute pain, and for people that have acute pain problems. The LifeWave works almost immediately. It's wild, right? But the reason it's working is because it's literally a positive and negative charge, and it's changing the frequency state of our body to remove those energetic blocks. Blocks are what make us have nerve pain, back pain, all the pain, right? So we're just kind of getting the body to flow normally again. So incredible results with this patch, you guys. First few days, you're going to reset those genes. The great news is usually you don't feel that happening. So if you're waiting for a feeling, you may or may not feel anything. But the beautiful thing about the patch, it does have a 30-day money-back guarantee. But I tell people, I've been a health coach for 25 years, clinical exercise specialist. It takes at least 90 days for your cells to turn over and really repair and regenerate. So I tell everybody, give it at least 3 months. But within 6 weeks, we see that brain balancing, lots of mood changes in people. It's incredible, probably because they're sleeping better. Within 3 months, that collagen is increasing, decreases wrinkles, your hair growth increases. I had a liver spot over here on my cheek that my friend who's an esthetician was constantly shaving off. Guess what? 6 weeks, I looked in the mirror and I'm like, where's the liver spot? It's gone. So we see incredible results with things from moles to warts to skin tags and everything in between. Make sure you take pictures of your body before. Find the ugliest thing, the ugliest scars, moles, whatever. Take pictures of them because they're going to look drastically different. And then, of course, they brought 15 people in, and they did a recent study where they were measuring their vascular age. That's your heart, your blood vessels, your arteries, right? Those are very important things. We've seen crazy problems skyrocket in the last 4 years with that. So they brought 15 people in, put the X39 patch on them, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Within 6 months, 14 of the 15 people lowered their vascular age by 8 years. How many of you want to reduce your vascular age by 8 years? Pick me over here, right? Like David Schmidt, the founder, said, it's not anti-aging. We are actually age reversing. So if you want to learn more, you can go to startx39.com. Write that down, startx39.com. The first video talks about phototherapy or light therapy. That's what this patch is. It's all works through light therapy, right? Light moves the energy and activates healing mechanisms in our body. There's 3 videos. First one's 2 minutes. Second one's 3 minutes, all about the stem cell activation. And the third one is David Schmidt. So for all of you science wizards out there that really want to go deep, there's an 18-minute video where he really goes deep into the science of this technology. Took 12 years to create, over $4 million to create this single patch. But we are the only patch in the world that activates stem cells. So David Schmidt, we are so honored to be partnered with this guy. He loves the Lord Jesus. He prays before he goes into the lab. He just has a heart to serve people, to literally reverse aging and disease cessation. So he's an incredible human. Scott and I have become dear friends with him. Over 130 patents this guy has. Over 89 clinical studies on our patches. So if you say, are there studies? Yes. We have 89 clinical studies. In fact, David Schmidt will never launch a product if he can't clinically validate that it actually works. So this guy is rock solid, ethical. We love his heart for Christ. Just an incredible human being. So we're honored to be part of this fast moving company, right? The company is 19 years old. It's almost 20, but it went from 20 million a year with all these patches that David had created. His very first patch was for the Navy SEALs 20 years ago. He had to keep these guys alert and awake during Hell Week. So the very first people to use LifeWave patches were actually the Navy SEALs. And then from there, it was used by the United States Olympic swim team. And so all these patches that David's created over the last 20 years have been phenomenal. They're all incredible. But everything shifted with the company 3 years ago when they launched the X39 patch. The company went from doing 20 to 30 million a year to 280 million 3 years ago. That year, they did 280 million. We're open in over 75 countries, so we ship everywhere around the world. These patches are made in the United States. We also have over in Ireland another plant that makes additional patches, so we don't have to rely on China for anything at this point, which is wonderful. We love this company. We love what it's about. It's rock solid. It's changing and saving lives. This patent is 17 more years. We have a whole lot of time to make a big difference by helping people to activate their own stem cells, and also to make a whole lot of money. This is a huge financial opportunity. There is not another product like this. This is not a Me Too product. This is not another collagen or a multivitamin. And I'm not saying those products are bad. They're phenomenal. There's some phenomenal products in the marketplace. But what I love about LifeWave is there is not another patch in the world that activates our own GHKCU to activate our own stem cells. We are the only patch in the world that does that. So I love that there's no competition. And this market is a big market. You know, and when David created this patch, he had a couple ways of marketing. He could have done it through standard distribution, right, where he was selling it at GNCs. He actually tells a story how he was considering it selling at GNCs, but he realized sitting on a store shelf at GNC, people may or may not know how incredible this patch is. This patch moves through really the freedom model, network marketing. And the reason it's so wonderful through this distribution chain is people have incredible results, sometimes immediately before your eyes, and they want to share with others. So he chose to share this patch through the freedom model, where you have the freedom to buy directly from the company at wholesale. You have the freedom to share with others if that's something you want to do. You have the freedom to create incredible wealth with this company. So we're honored to be part of the freedom model because we feel like that older model is really outdated. And you know, they're spending a lot of money in that big pharma model to do a whole lot of ads on TV. And we know now that a lot of those pharmaceutical companies are spending 37% more every year on marketing than they are in research and development. So we love the freedom model because we can look at the science, we can choose for ourselves, and we can choose if we want to share this incredible technology with our loved ones, right? So family is the most important for me. My Lord Jesus, family and freedom. We love adventure. Our family loves adventure. We have 3 boys. They all wear the patches, 23, 16, and 14. Even our dog Nike wears the patches. But we love it all. We want to take advantage of all the great things that God has in store for us. We know the stem cell industry is going straight up. It's a $200 million industry on its way to $300 billion. in the next 5 to 7 years. We are, I mean, literally positioned for explosive growth. We have a technology that's affordable, that's easy to use, that anybody can use all over the world, right? So an incredible, incredible opportunity here. There's 4 ways of earning commissions. When you sign up, it's very important that you get started with the right pack. If you're interested in building a team, get started with gold pack or higher. In fact, if you're really going to get out of the gates fast with starting a team, go diamond. It's the best price. It keeps you active for 3 full months, so you don't need to do a smart ship. You get the sleeves for like $83 a sleeve, so you're saving a whole ton of money. I love that. And you also maximize the compensation plan by getting in with the diamond pack. So your bonuses increase when you sponsor other people at the platinum and diamond. So I encourage you to do what's right for you in your pocketbook. Get started as a wholesale member, brand partner right out of the gates. This is wonderful. The second way is binary commissions. So there's a right and a left leg. We'll spend more time on this later, but for every 660 points on one of your legs and 330 on the other, that's 990 business volume. You get paid 1 cycle of $50. And the beautiful thing is you can cycle all the way up to $25,000 a week. My husband and I hit the top rank in 66 days in LifeWave. Our son Bo's 23. This week, he's hitting this top rank with LifeWave, right? My mother is, a director. She loves that she's able to earn money with this by sharing with others. So this is an incredible financial opportunity. The generation matching bonus is actually my favorite. First line leadership, you get a 25% check match on all of your first line leaders on their team commissions. We want to make sure they're having great results with these binary commissions because you'll get a 25% check match. Second level leaderships, 20%, and third 20%. So this is an incredible opportunity. The retail profit is another way to earn. We don't do a whole lot of that. Your first goal is to go manager with this, get in at gold or higher, sponsor 2 people on your right, 2 people on your left at that silver pack, which is $299 or higher, and you are a manager in LifeWave. Welcome to LifeWave, you guys. 3-step process, there it is, 2 right, 2 left, silver pack or higher. And once you do that, you're considered a manager, which is the very first rank with LifeWave. The next rank is senior director, 3 right, 3 left, and you help 1 on each side to go manager. So very easy compensation plan. We can discuss more of that later, but we are so thankful you joined us today. We really feel blessed and highly favored. We believe now is the time to make your move, obviously for better health, to activate those stem cells. And for many of you watching, maybe you want to take advantage of the financial opportunity. It has been such a blessing, both physically and financially, to wake up every single morning to that miracle inbox. So we hope you join us. Talk to the person who shared this with you. They are your sponsor, and they will help you get started as a brand partner at the best possible price. And there's my Nike behind me. Nike, that's our dog, our golden doodle. She's a hugger. All right, you guys, may God bless you, keep you, and shine his face on you all the days of your life. Have a great day. Bye-bye.